Hey, my name is Scottie Jordan and my brand is called TheGentleMentour. I know that there are a lot of young boys out there without fathers who desperately need a mentor. And so I'm trying to give that to these kids, man, because I wish I had that at their age. You know, I grew up with my father in prison, didn't have that male role model in my life, but man, I desperately wanted it so bad. So now that I'm older, I realize how important that is, and I'm trying to give that to these kids. So some things that I do through the TheGentleMentour, I post a lot of videos, just like I said, trying to encourage them, to lift them up, to let them know that they're not alone, to give them hope. My mom, she raised me alone. She was my hero. She was everything to me. I loved her so much, but I saw her struggle. I struggled as a young boy because I didn't have that male role model. And so now that I'm older and I realize like how desperately I needed that, I now want to give that back to these kids who, in this day and age that we're living in, and social media, cell phones, they need us more than ever. My mom passed away when I was 22 years old in 2011. She was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma 2 years before that. And that, y'all, was the hardest moment of my life, to see my hero, my best friend, really struggling, really battling this disease and not being able to help her. And my mom would tell me all the time, every night in the hospital, that I need to take advantage of every single moment. And so I'm really trying to do that. Yeah, and so I started, coaching these boys one-on-one, but I realized that they need more. So I started doing one-on-one mentoring. Just being there, throwing the football, talking about school, talking about girls, whatever it is they need to talk about. And when I realized that what they started sharing with me was so honest, I knew that these moms, they needed help with these boys. And so that's why I created a show called Yo Digital Stepdaddy. The number of boys growing up without a father is increasing dramatically. Those things that I actually thought were cool growing up weren't cool at all. You're doing better than you think you are, but we can all use a little help sometimes, which is for the single moms. And I just want to encourage them. I want to inspire them. I want them to know, hey, I'm here to help you raise your son, because a lot of these kids without dads, they need help. And so that's what I'm here to do. Statistically, boys growing up without fathers are more likely to go to jail. They're more likely to abuse drugs and alcohol. They're more likely to drop out of high school. And knowing that is really what fires me up, just to be there, just to show up and to let these kids know that I'm here to talk if they need it, and that I've been through this stuff too. And as hard as it may seem right now, you can get through it. I had support, and I'm trying to give that to these boys because I know that I can make a difference. I've also recently partnered up with an organization called POPS, which stands for Pain of the Prison System, and it's for high school students around Los Angeles who have family members who are incarcerated. And what I learned was that 90% of these kids don't talk about it. And they don't talk about it because it's painful, it's hard. But I've realized that when I go and speak at these schools and I share my own story and I become vulnerable, that vulnerability is contagious. And so these kids are asking me questions. They're sharing their stories that they didn't share before. And so knowing that, it inspires me to keep going. You can find me at TheGentleMentour.com, on Instagram at TheGentleMentour, and on Facebook at Scottie Jordan.